Shalom, present all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakodash, double honor, also a great military and such elect. Today's lesson is about why is it not lawful to eat pork, swine, and stuff like that. But that let's go into it though. This is Leviticus 11. I'm gonna start at verse 1 and let's keep going down. And the Most spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever part that hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. So it has saying that if the hoof's part that it has instant on the hoof, is cloven-footed, and chew the cud. Now the chew the cud. What does that mean? Well, a cud is part of what say like a cow eats, right? Some parts go back to the mouth. Now when the part that come back is called cud. Come back to the mouth and the cow chews again to get that nutrients that wasn't processed the first time, so it eats it again. That what cud is. So the cow chews this cud. It basically all that shit it eats comes back up and chews it again to get the nutrients. So then just stay in its body. Nevertheless, these shall not eat of them that chew. Nevertheless, these shall ye not chew of them that chew the cud, or them that divide a hoof, as the camel, because it chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean. So a camel, right? He does, like I said right here. So the camel chews his cud if his hoof it's all one thing, it's all connected by one. Therefore, it's unlawful to eat. It processes it back what it spit it out, but it doesn't have that hoof not cut, that is not divided, not cut. Therefore, you can't eat it. But the coney, because he chewed the cud but not divided the hoof, he is unclean to you. So because it has halfway of it, it doesn't mean you can't eat it, because it's still not divided hoof and not chewed the cud, stuff like that. And the hair, so rabbits, hares, stuff like that. Because he chewed the cud but not divided not the hoof, he's unclean to you. So that's why you don't eat rabbits, you don't eat hares. And the swine. First, I want to get into the swine. So, right here, so I read a little short story about the art of eating, right? It's about this man that goes around. He's tired of the process pig meat, right? I read this whole thing, right? At least an expert of it. So it goes around and it's like seeing like, wow, like all these pigs are all manufactured, stuff like that, have no flavor in it. Like they're all living on not well conditions. Or then he goes around the city, goes to Ohio, stuff like that. And finally, people take care of the pigs, right? Well, he said in that book, right? I'm trying to get it next time. Probably do another video on this, like trying to prove it. That pig meat on its own, without no flavoring, it's a really bland meat. Most time made it bland because pig, right, is not a natural thing. A pig's not a natural thing. Like cats and dogs, they're not natural. They come from boar. They're selective breeding on two pigs, but they're originally boar. Boar has, and by itself, boar was also another flavor of meat, had anything hard to digest. So with that, like even though you don't understand, well, you're seeing a picture of a boar, it looks fucking but ugly and shit. But it has purpose. It has to eats what left is on what parts unleft, stuff like that. So let's continue. And the swine, though he divided the hoof, but it's cloven-footed, Yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So that's why he's unclean, because it's done it's right here. Though he divided, he has a dividing little hoof. And being clone, yet he not chew the cud. He doesn't chew that part that comes back. He doesn't eat it, so it's not good for you to eat. And Most High made it for you, not good to eat. Of their flesh you shall not eat. Touch their carcasses you shall not touch. They are unclean to you. You're not supposed to touch a dead pig carcasses. So that process. So technically, but most likely you're not supposed to handle that pig. Not supposed to handle that. You shall not, and they're unclean to you. These shall ye eat that are in the waters. I'm gonna do that next time, but we got at the point. Got the point though. So that's why it's on. That's why right here though. I'm gonna say it again. This is the whole point of the lesson right now. Is and the swine though he divided the hoof and be colon food, if he cheweth not the cud, he's unclean to you. And next, but people may say that, well, we're all in a new covenant, right? We're all under this news. It's okay to eat pig. It's okay to eat pork, rabbits, geese, goose, stuff like that. But let's get into them. This is Matthew 5:17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Verse 18. Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall not in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So the law is still in effect because it's not until heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall the law be passed. So we're still under that new law. So you have Sabbaths, we have high holy days. We don't eat pork. We don't eat catfish. That's you don't do that. Yes, you don't shave our beards and stuff like that. But next I'm gonna get John 14 and 15. So this is what Yahushua said, right? If you love me, if you love Yahushua, keep my commandments. So that there and then, it's pretty simple. If you love the Most High, just keep the commandments, and that's the commandments of the Most High to follow them. Everything Leviticus, the 10 Commandments, not just the 10 Commandments, it's everything. But I want to also give you a personal experience, personal testimony. When I was younger, maybe I was 7 or 8 years old. Because this is the way they try to trick everybody. This is the one memory I have, it's really weird. All the tests I taken, this is the one thing that always stood out. It was when I was in school in like third or fourth grade, right? They were giving out a test, right? It was in Arizona. It's called the Arizona Industry Measure Standard. So they were giving that out, right? And the one I got was about how pigs are clean. It's crazy. They say that they roll around mud like that, and so what it was, they're trying to justify that pigs are clean, so don't worry about it, they're all clean. It's just a weird way because you think I'll think about it now, 10 years later, how they're trying to trick you at a very young age to believe that that's all good, that everything that you had like a pig, swine is clean. Yeah, that's what I say though. Well, with that, man, I will give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahshua, B'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. To the next one, Shalom.